My beloved child, do not scroll, stop right there. Because this is the moment I have been trying to reach you, and I will not repeat this again in the same way. My beloved, listen carefully. I am trying to talk to you one last time, not because I am distant, not because I have stopped speaking before, but because this moment, this exact moment, carries a weight that you cannot afford to ignore. Give me just 22 seconds, just 22 seconds of your full attention. Because what you are about to hear is not ordinary, it is not random, and it is not something you will hear again like this. Something inside you already feels it. That pause you just took, that hesitation before scrolling, that was not you alone, that was me reaching you. Before this continues, if you feel even the slightest pull in your spirit, type Amen, not as a routine, but as a quiet agreement that you are here for a reason, because you are. I have tried before to get your attention, in ways you did not recognize, through moments you brushed aside, through thoughts that came and went, through doors that closed when you thought they should open. But you kept moving. You kept questioning, you kept wondering why things were not aligning. And now here you are again, but this time is different. This is not just another attempt. This is a final alignment moment, where everything you have been through begins to make sense. And I need you to stay, not just physically but mentally, spiritually, because what unfolds from here is something you have been waiting for, even if you did not know how to name it. There is a reason I said one last time, and I want you to feel the depth of that, not as fear, but as awareness. Moments like this do not come again in the same form, opportunities to see clearly, to understand deeply, to align fully. They pass quietly when ignored. And you have been close to missing this before, closer than you realize. But something held you now. Something slowed you down, something made you listen, and that something is not random. It is connection. It is timing. It is purpose unfolding in real time. If you feel this truth settling in your spirit, comment yes, because this is the moment where recognition begins. You have been in a season where things felt delayed, where answers did not come when you expected, where clarity seemed just out of reach. You questioned yourself. You questioned your path. You wondered if you were doing something wrong. But what you did not see was that every delay was intentional, every pause was protective, every redirection was preparing you for something that required a different version of you. And now that version of you is here, right now listening, ready in ways you were not before. But listen closely, because this is where many lose their moment. They hear the beginning, they feel something stir, but they leave before the revelation completes. Do not let that be you. Stay present. Let this unfold. Because there is something I am about to reveal that will connect everything you have been questioning. And it starts with something you almost overlooked, something small, something recent, something that stayed in your mind longer than it should have. That was not random. That was one of the ways I was trying to speak to you. And you felt it even if you dismissed it. Type 1111 if you trust that nothing in your life is happening without purpose. Because what you are about to understand will confirm that. There is also something you have been holding on to. Not because it is right for you anymore, but because it is familiar. And I know it is difficult to release what once felt safe, what once felt certain, even when it no longer aligns with where you are going. But hear me clearly. What you are holding onto is not meant to go where you are going next. And if you keep holding it, it will slow what is already trying to reach you. This is why you have been feeling that quiet tension, that inner knowing, that something needs to change, that something needs to be released. And now you understand why. Pause here for a moment, breathe, let this settle. This is not something to rush through, this is a moment of alignment. And if your spirit feels this truth deeply, declare I receive. Because you are ready to move with what is unfolding. Dear family, before we continue, I want to share something important. Recently our channel was demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive earnings from these videos. Yet every message here takes many hours of prayer, writing, recording, and editing. Our mission is to bring hope and encouragement to those who feel lost, lonely, or overwhelmed. Without support, it becomes very difficult for us to keep creating these messages and continue running this channel. If these messages have ever helped you, you can support through the link in description or pinned comment. Even a small contribution helps us continue. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you. Now come back fully, because what has already begun in your life did not pause while you were listening. It continued quietly, steadily aligning things. My beloved, something has shifted. You may not see it clearly yet, but you can feel it. A subtle change, a different awareness, a sense that something is no longer the same. That is not your imagination. That is movement. That is the beginning of what you have been waiting for. There is an opportunity approaching you, and it will not look the way you expected. It will appear simple, almost easy to overlook. But this time you will recognize it. This time it will feel different. There will be a quiet certainty within you, a knowing that does not need explanation. And when that moment comes, you will remember this. You will remember that I told you to stay aware, to stay present, to not ignore what feels aligned. Do not let doubt speak louder than clarity now. Do not let fear delay what is already prepared. This is the shift. This is the turning point. Type 777 if you believe something is shifting for you, because this is your moment of agreement with what is already in motion. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. Everything that felt delayed was aligning. Everything that felt like a setback was creating space. Everything that confused you was preparing you for clarity. Stay with this. Do not rush away. My child, this is why I said this is the last time like this. Because once you understand this, you will not need to be called the same way again. You will recognize the signs. You will trust the direction. You will move with clarity instead of confusion. Type Amen again, because this is your confirmation. Now go forward with awareness, with trust, with readiness. Because what is coming next is not something you need to chase. It is something already moving toward you. And this time, you will recognize it. This time it will feel different. There will be a quiet certainty within you, a knowing that does not need explanation. And when that moment comes, you will remember this. You will remember that I told you to stay aware, to stay present, to not ignore what feels aligned. Do not let doubt speak louder than clarity now. Do not let fear delay what is already prepared. Because the timing of this message is not separate from the timing of your life. You are hearing this now because you are meant to act differently now. This is the shift. This is the turning point. Type 7777 if you believe something is shifting for you, because this is your moment of agreement with what is already in motion. And I need you to understand something deeply. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. Everything that felt delayed was actually aligning. Everything that felt like a setback was creating space. Everything that confused you was preparing you for clarity that is now arriving. And this clarity will not just answer your questions. It will change the way you see everything that has happened. Stay with this. Do not rush away. Let these words settle into your spirit. Because what comes next will not just be understood, it will be experienced. You will begin to notice things differently. You will begin to recognize patterns you could not see before. You will begin to feel a peace that does not depend on circumstances. And that is how you will know that this was not just a message, this was a moment. My child, this is why I said, this is the last time like this. Because once you understand this, once you step into this awareness, you will not need to be called the same way again. You will recognize the signs. You will trust the direction. You will move with clarity instead of confusion. And if something inside you knows this is real, if something within you feels calm yet awakened at the same time, type Amen again, because this is your confirmation that you did not miss this moment. You received it. Now go forward with awareness, with trust, with readiness. Because what is coming next is not something you need to chase, it is something that has already begun moving toward you. And this time you will recognize it. And as you begin to move forward from this moment, you will notice that what once felt uncertain no longer holds the same weight over you, because something within you has shifted into alignment, something that cannot be taken away by circumstances, or opinions, or delays. My beloved, this is where many people fail to recognize the significance of what is happening. They look for dramatic changes around them, while the real transformation has already begun within them. And you are stepping into that transformation now. You are beginning to see with clarity instead of confusion, to feel with certainty instead of doubt, and to move with quiet confidence instead of hesitation. This is how you will know that this moment mattered. This is how you will know that those 22 seconds were not small. They were the doorway into something much greater. There is something I must reveal to you now, something that has been hidden, not to keep it from you, but to prepare you for the moment you could fully receive it. The waiting season you have been in, it was never empty. It was filled with unseen movement, with divine positioning, with connections forming that you could not yet recognize. Every delay carried an unseen assignment. Every silence carried a deeper instruction. Every redirection carried protection. You will only now begin to understand. And as this understanding unfolds, you will begin to see that nothing was wasted. Not your time, not your effort, not even your confusion. Comment yes if your spirit is starting to recognize that even your waiting had purpose. Because this realization is part of your awakening. But stay here, remain present. Because what I am about to show you next is something you have sensed, but not fully understood. There are pieces of your life that have not yet connected in your mind, moments that felt separate, unrelated, even random. But they are not separate. They are part of a pattern that is now beginning to reveal itself. And as you continue listening, as you allow this message to settle deeper, those pieces will begin to align in a way that brings clarity you have been searching for. This is why you were told not to rush. This is why you were called to stay. Because this part cannot be understood if you only hear the beginning. My child, there is also something that is about to return to you. Not in the same form, not in the same way, but in a way that is greater than before. What you thought was lost, what you believed was gone, it was not taken from you to leave you empty. It was removed so it could be restored in alignment with who you have now become. And this restoration will not feel forced. It will feel natural. It will feel right. It will feel like something that was always meant to happen, but only now has the right timing to unfold. Declare I receive in the comments if your heart is open to restoration, because what is coming back into your life will carry a different weight, a better alignment, a deeper purpose. There is also an unexpected breakthrough approaching you, something that will not arrive with warning, something that will shift your perspective quickly, something that will make you pause and realize that everything has been moving even when it looked still. And when that moment comes, you will remember this. You will remember that you were told to stay aware, to stay ready, to not overlook what feels simple. Because often what changes everything does not announce itself loudly, it arrives quietly, and only those who are attentive recognize it in time. Type 777, if you believe something is shifting in your life. Because this is your moment of agreement with what is already approaching. And I know there were times you almost gave up. Times when you felt like nothing was changing. Like your prayers were not being heard. Like your efforts were not leading anywhere. But look at you now, still here, still listening, still open. That alone is a sign that you were never abandoned. That alone is proof that something has been holding you, guiding you, keeping you aligned even when you did not understand it. And now that guidance is becoming clearer, that direction is becoming stronger, that path is becoming visible. Stay with this feeling, do not let distraction take you away now. Let these words settle. Let them sink deeper into your spirit. because what is unfolding is not just information, it is activation. Something within you is being awakened, something that will change the way you respond to what comes next. You will no longer react the same way, you will no longer hesitate the same way, you will no longer doubt the same way. And that is where everything begins to change. There is a moment coming very soon, where you will be faced with a choice. Not a dramatic one, not an obvious one, but a subtle one, a decision that will determine whether you move forward into alignment or remain where you have been. And in that moment you will remember this message. You will remember the clarity you feel right now. And you will choose differently, not out of fear, but out of understanding. Write 11 if you trust God's timing, because this moment of choice is already closer than you think. My beloved, do not underestimate how significant this is. This is not just encouragement, this is preparation. You are being prepared for something that requires awareness, that requires trust, that requires you to recognize what others might miss. And the fact that you are here, still listening, still connected, means you are ready in ways you did not realize before. And as this continues to unfold, you will begin to notice confirmations, small at first, then clearer. Moments where something aligns too perfectly to ignore. Moments where you feel a deep sense of knowing without needing explanation. These are not coincidences, these are confirmations. These are the ways heaven speaks when you are aligned enough to hear. So remain still, remain aware, remain open. Do not rush ahead. Do not let your mind pull you away from this moment, because what is happening right now is rare, and not everyone recognizes it while it is happening. But you do, and that is why you are still here. Type Amen if you receive this message not out of habit, but because something within you knows that this is real. This is your confirmation. This is your alignment. And as you move forward from here, everything will begin to unfold in a way that will make you realize this was the moment where everything started to change.